into your body. Be safe and
Wash your hands.
wash your hands. Let's start in a comfortable seated position. We're going to do some breath work. Whatever that is for you. If you want to be on your knees like Emmalee is, if you want to sit, doesn't really matter. We're going to do a breath pattern. We're going to inhale through our nose, exhale through our nose, inhale mouth, exhale mouth, inhale mouth, exhale nose, exhale mouth. Don't worry, I will lead you through it 100%. When we're breathing through our mouth, though, we're going to suck in like we're sucking through a straw. And then when we blow out, we're going to blow out like we're blowing through a straw. So find your comfortable seated position, palms down if you need to feel a little bit more grounded, palms face up if you feel like you need to gather more energy. Sit up nice and tall. And then take a big inhale through the nose. And then exhale through your nose. Inhale through your mouth, sucking through the straw. Exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. Exhale nose. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Starting again at the top. Inhale nose. Exhale nose. Inhale mouth. Exhale mouth. Inhale mouth. Exhale nose. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. And then again, just find your natural breath wherever it lays. Scan through your body, see what you can soften, see what you can lengthen. And then find yourself sitting crisscross if you haven't yet found yourself in that position. Sweep your arms up above your head, stretch your fingertips towards the ceiling or sky, press the palms up, take a big inhale, sending the pinkies back, exhale. Bring your hands forward, round through the spine, pressing the shoulder blades away from you. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, release. Hands go back behind the body. Intertwine your fingers. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lift your chest and chin, taking a big inhale. And then exhale, fold, allowing the arms to come up and over. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. We'll do that again. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Intertwine the fingers. Press the palms up. Exhale, hands come forward. Folding, rounding. Inhale, up. Exhale, release, intertwine those fingers, roll the shoulder blades back, take a big inhale, and exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Right hand's gonna reach down. I wanna reach for my wine. Left arm reaches up and over for a big side stretch, breathing into that left rib cage. And inhale, come on up. Same thing on the other side. Left hand down, now right hand up. Inhale, come on up. Right arm is gonna grab onto the left leg for a twist. Left hand reaches back behind you. You can look over the left or the right shoulder, or both if you wanna warm up your neck. Keep your right hand there. Take your left hand, bring it up and over. And inhale up. Left arm draws across the body now. Right arm reaches back behind you for a twist. Sit up nice and tall. Gaze over the left and the right shoulder. Warming up your neck, giving yourself an extra little twist. Keep the left hand there. Right arm comes up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Soles of the feet come together. Sit up nice and tall, long spine. Take a big inhale. And with a nice flat back, shift forward without rounding the spine, sending the heart forward. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Take the hands to the outside of the thighs. Find yourself in a little boat pose, shifting back up behind those sits bones, lifting the toes, spreading the fingers wide, engage the core. It should already be engaged in this position. Spread those toes wide, give them a stretch. Cross at the ankles, shift forward onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide on the mat. Find your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath the hips. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And we're gonna move through cat and cow. First cow pose, we're gonna take a big inhale, lift the hips up, draw the shoulder blades together as the chin lifts towards the ceiling or sky, wherever you are. And then exhale, round, press into the hands, draw the pelvis forward, chin tucks into the chest. Inhale, coming into cow. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And find a nice flat back. Keep your hips above your knees and then reach your hands forward for a puppy pose. Stretching out the lat muscles. And walk your hands back in. Left arm's gonna reach up. Rotate that left wrist around, nice full rotations in both directions. Then take that left hand and send it all the way through, threading the needle. Left temple goes down to the mat. Press that right hand into the mat, opening up the right shoulder, or walk it over towards the opposite side of the mat. Make sure your hips stay square. And inhale, lift the left arm back up, big stretch. Left hand releases down, same thing on the other side. Right hand reaches up, big inhale, rotate the wrist. And then send that right hand all the way through, threading the needle. Finding your version of this twist. Maybe you walk the hand to the opposite side. Maybe you press the left hand into the mat. Your choice. Inhale the right arm back up, and then exhale it down. From here, we're going to shift our weight to the right knee, send the left leg back behind you, squaring the left pinky toes down to the mat. Shift the weight to the left hand, send the right hand forward. Take a big inhale. Exhale, round, drawing the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Go ahead and pause there. You can stay there. You can reach back for that left foot. Pressing the shin back behind you, opening that right shoulder. Gently release the left foot. Send the right hand forward. Right hand comes down to the mat. We're going to draw that left foot all the way through to the top of the mat. Make sure the left knee is stacking above the left ankle. I don't know how you do your right ankle. And then if you can, walk your right knee back. Take a big inhale, send your heart forward, stretching out that right hip flexor. And then exhale, extend that left leg, flexing the foot, getting a stretch in your left hamstring. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, extend. If you want to stay in one pose more or longer than another, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to stick with us. Next time you come forward, bending your left knee, right hand's going to release down to the mat. Left arm is going to reach up for a twist. Release the left hand down. Take the left foot, send it back and through to stretch your calf muscle. So the ball of the foot is going to go down to the mat and you'll press your heel back behind you. Left knee goes down. Send your knees out wide. Big toes come together, hips sink back for child's pose. Remember, in class today, you're always welcome to come to this pose anytime in class. If you need a mental break, you need a physical break, child's pose is where you want to go. And then pick back up with us when you're ready. Inhale back up onto your hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Shift the weight to the left knee. Send the right foot back. Shift the weight to the right hand. Send the left hand forward. Take a big inhale. Exhale, round, elbow towards knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Pause there. Left hand reaches back. Maybe you grab onto that right foot. Press the shin back behind you, opening up the left shoulder. Without slingshotting your foot back, gently release. Left hand goes down. Right foot's gonna come all the way through to the top of the mat, knee over ankle. Scooch that left knee back if it's available. Take a big inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, straighten that front leg, lifting the toes. Feel the stretch in those hammies. Hey, if you're listening and you know me, hey hammies, I feel ya. And then inhale, bend. That was for Katie mostly. And exhale, straighten. Hey hammies. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Next time you come forward, make sure the knee's stacked over the ankle. Left hand goes down, right hand reaches up for a twist. Now, as you're twisting, don't let your left knee open up. Keep it right directly over those toes. Draw your navel in to make room for the twist. And then release that right hand down. Right knee goes back to meet the left. Toes come together, hips sink back, child's pose. Reach your hands as far forward as you can on the mat. Now, here's one of my favorite things. I haven't taught this in a long time. You can do this in puppy pose, or you can do it in child's pose. Come to your fingertips as you're here, and then release down. You get even deeper stretch in those shoulders and in the lat muscles. I call it spider hands. And then let those palms release. Reach the fingers forward, spread them wide. Shift forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, move through down dog however you please. And look between the hands, bend the knees. Travel your feet to the top of the mat, hanging over for a fold. Let your head and neck release all the way. Shake everything out. Bend the knees, gently roll on up to standing. Cheers for warm up.
Yes.
I hope that our students like our shout outs to them.
And we encourage you to have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Too. It makes it more fun.
Alrighty. Here we go. Sun salutation A. Start at the top of your mat. Either feet together or hips distance apart. Your choice. Hands at heart center. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Big stretch. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Hands go down, feet go back. Take a big inhale at the top plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a neutral breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Look between your hands, bend your knees. Travel your feet forward, hanging over for a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Biggest breath you've taken today. Reverse swan dive, out and up. Big inhale. And exhale, fold through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands go down, travel your feet back. Flowing through to downward facing dog. You can take a cobra, up dog. You can even come to your knees before you go to down dog. Neutral breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale it out. Look between your hands, bend your knees, hop, step forward, jump your feet forward, hanging over for a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, reverse one it out and up. Last time through, sun A, fold through, hinging at the hips. Draw the navel in towards the spine, pressing the top of the head forward. Hands go down, travel the feet back as you flow. Inhaling up, exhaling back to downward facing dog. Neutral breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Look between your hands, bend your knees, hop, step forward, jump your feet forward, hanging over for a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet together, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Good, sink deep, look down, make sure you can see all 10 of your toes. If not, sink your booty back more. Inhale up, exhale, fold through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands go down, travel the feet back, flow through, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot up, pause there. Help that right foot all the way through. Back foot goes down at the 45 as you sweep the arms up, warrior one. As you're here at warrior one, make sure you have enough width. The knee goes directly over the ankle, shoulders soften down away from the ears. Turn the pinkies inward slightly and reach your fingers back. Exhale the hands down to either side of the right foot. Right foot goes back, you can flow through or skip straight to down dog. I'll let Emmalee do the extra work.
I know, I was like, did I just miss something? Did I skip ahead?
Nope, inhale the left foot up. Exhale it through warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. I'm trying to do the opposite option of you. Take a big inhale, turn the pinkies inward. Our neighbor's watching now. Exhale, hands back down. Send the left foot back. Take a big inhale, flowing through. Maybe not watching. I'm sure he'll catch on though. We're gonna take 2 breaths here. If you want to lower down to child's pose, you're more than welcome to. Everyone comes back up to downward dog. Look between your hands, bend your knees, hop, step forward, jump your feet forward, hanging over for a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the feet together, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands go down, travel the feet back, and flow through to chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhaling back to down dog. Right foot reaches out. Help it through. You can either take warrior one or crescent. She's gonna take warrior one, I'll take crescent. My back heel is up as you sweep the arms up. Now we're gonna just take a little twist for fun. Left arm forward, right arm back. Keep sending the knee forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale the hands down. Send the right foot back to meet the lock and flow through. I'm sweating now, are you?
Yeah.
All right, neutral breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale it through, crescent or warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Right arm forward, left arm back for the twist. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale the hands down. Left foot goes back as we flow through. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Your choice here. We're all gonna meet in a child's pose. You ready?
No, it's only been 18 minutes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Okay.
Do yours twice. I can pick up a flow too if you want.
So breathing in your child's pose. Hips sinking towards the heels. Maybe your fingertips reach away from you another inch. Just try to relax. Let your shoulders relax down the back as much as they can. And allow the breath to be natural.
I want someone.
And And then plant the fingers, tuck the toes, send the hips up, find downward facing dog. And come back into that deep belly breath that we started. Breathing in through the nose, filling up 360 degrees around the rib cage. And exhale, letting it out. 2 more big breaths just like that. Inhale. Filling up. And exhale. And 1 more. And exhale it out. Bend your knees about 6 to 8 inches towards your mat. Try to press your chest back to your knees. Then see if you can straighten your legs a little more. Try to send your heels towards the back of the mat, towards the ground. Make sure your neck is soft. Maybe a couple yeses, a couple nos. Make sure in your down dog that your fingers are spread wide and you're turning the insides of your elbow pits forward, so it's plugging your shoulders in. Take your feet together at the back of the mat and inhale, the right leg comes up for 3-legged dog. And exhale that right foot down, send the left foot up, 3-legged dog. The left heel is reaching towards the ceiling or towards the sky, and your toes are pointing down, so that hip is closed. Press as much as you can into the left hand and see if you can pick the right hand up off the mat. If that's easy, you can try to send the right fingertips behind you so that they're parallel with the left foot and leg. And take that right hand back to the mat, down dog hands. Bend that right knee. We're gonna drape the left ankle across the right knee so that you're in a figure 4. So don't lock out and straighten that right leg, put a little bend into it. Keep trying to push your hips up and back. Feeling the stretch in that hip. And then start to spin over towards the right side of your mat so your left fingertips become light. You spin, spin, spin. You come to sit down on the right hip so that you're in a twist. Your left foot is over the right knee. And then start to counter twist, so over to the left. So your left hand is behind your hip. Your right hand can be on the left knee, or maybe you drape that elbow across the knee to give you a little bit more leverage. Sitting tall in this twist and breathing. And then slowly take a counter twist. So plant your hands back to that down dog position and try to press back into that figure 4 without removing the left foot. Keep pressing your hips up and breathing. Energy in the fingers and the toes. And then take that left leg up for 3-legged dog. And then open the hip. So take the left foot over to the right and keep reaching that foot so far over that eventually you come down to sit on the right hip again. So now your right leg is extended long and your left knee is up. Your right hand is planted behind your right hip. Take the left hand, draw a circle up, press the hips up so you're in a warrior's bridge. So if you do Budokan, this might feel a little familiar. We're trying to stack the right shoulder over the right wrist. And then exhale, come down. Take the left hand back to the mat, down dog, 3-legged dog, left foot in the air. Shift forward to a plank position. So your shoulders are over your wrists and your left foot is up in the air. Try to bend that knee and send it underneath your chest, and then try to straighten the left leg out to the right. So your foot is halfway between your hands and your right foot, and then turn so that you're on the left hand so you come to sit down on the left hip. So same bridge, we have the left leg extended long and the right knee is up. The right hand is behind the right hip. Take the left hand, other way. Left hand behind left hip, right fingertips across, drive the hips up, take a bridge. It's really pressing through the heel and the foot. And then exhale, come back down. 3-legged dog, so right hand to the mat, left foot in the air. Shift forward to that plank and take a vinyasa. So you can try to hover those left toes as you take your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Chin to chest, exhale, downward facing dog. Or child's pose if you feel like you need a break. We all meet in downward facing dog. So once again, just coming back to that breath. Trying to slow the heart rate down with the breath. Bicycling out the heels if you feel like it feels good. And then feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, the left foot comes up, three-legged dog. Keep trying to press your chest back towards your knee. And then exhale the left foot down. Inhale, right foot up, three-legged dog. So the toes are pointing down, that right heel is lifting up, as far up as it can go. And you're pressing through both hands. And then bend that left knee. We're gonna figure four on this side. So drape the right ankle across the left knee. Send the hips up and back. And try to put a little bend in that left knee. Keep lifting the hips up and breathing. And then we're going to put the weight into the left hand and spin, and so we come down onto the left hip. The right foot is draped across the left knee. And we'll take a twist over to the right. So right hand's behind the right hip. Left hand can be on the right knee, or left elbow can be on the outside of the right knee to give you a twist. Wherever you are, you're sitting up tall and turning with the shoulders and the chest. The last thing to go is the chin. And take a counter twist back to downward facing dog, hands. And send that right leg back to that figure four. Keep pressing your hips up. And then release the right foot, send it up in the air, three-legged dog. And then open the hip. So the right foot's going out towards the left. Start to lean over towards the left, put the weight in the left hand, and come to sit down. So now the right knee is up, and the left leg is extended long. Take the right hand across and draw your hips up. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And you guys at home look beautiful, I already know it. Exhale, come back down. Hand to the mat, three-legged dog. That right foot's in the air. Then shift forward to a plank, shoulders over wrist. Bend the right knee, draw it underneath the chest. Extend the right leg long out to the left. So it's gonna be off the mat, in the grass, or on the ground in your home. And then come to sit down on that right hip. Right hand behind right hip, right leg extended long, left knee up. Take the left hand across and drive your hips up. Bridge. Lifting the hips, exhale down. Hands to the mat, three-legged dog. Shift forward to your plank. Lower down chaturanga. Take your option of the vinyasa. We all meet in downward facing dog. Nice. Take a knee for a second, grab some water if you feel like you need it. I do from talking. Meeting in that downward facing dog. We're going to hop the feet towards the hands the best that we can. You might step them up there, you might hop, or you might handstand your way. Feet to hands, top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Widen out your stance to the width of your mat and take your hands underneath your feet. So the back of your hands are on the top of the mat and your toes are working towards your your wrist crease. And just fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to make it comfortable. And if that's a little easy for you today, you can begin to straighten the legs, but just trying to melt the neck, the back down, let gravity do its work. Maybe you tuck your belly in a little more to fold a little more. If your legs are straightening, you can send your elbows out to the sides to help fold. Hanging out in this fold for 3. For 2. 1, release. Hands to the mat, bring your feet back together. Sit the hips back, send the arms up, chair pose. We've already been here before, so another opportunity to sit a little lower in the hips. Keep extending the fingers out and away from you while sitting down. Turn your pinkies towards one another, gaze up towards the fingertips, and breathe. Nice audible breath. And then start to lean forward and send your arms back behind you like you're skiing. And keep leaning forward but sitting the hips back. Inhale, take the left foot up. And straighten the left leg behind you like you're going towards warrior three. So you have the options to have your arms at airplane, a T, or if you want to take that warrior three, send your arms out in front. Wherever you are, just try to lift that left heel. The hip is closed. And breathe. Find something to gaze at that's not moving. And focus. Warrior three. And then gently set the left toes behind you on the mat. Bend into that right foot. Warrior one. So the left foot's about 45 degrees. We're really bending into that front knee. See if you can sit a little lower. Make sure you're pressing equally through both feet. Lifting up through the spine, but sitting down in the legs. And then open up warrior two. So your left hip's gonna open, and your arms are gonna come out to a T. Right fingertips in front, left behind. Keep bending into the front knee. Gazing forward and over the front fingertips. And then take your warrior two to the back of your mat. So just keep your arms where they are, just change the way of your feet. And bend into that left knee. And then exhale back to peaceful warrior. Left fingertips in the air. Your right fingertips might come to the leg or it can sneak around that left hip. And then come through side angle. So left forearm to left thigh. Inhale, the right arm comes up. And then flow back and forth between that peaceful warrior and side angle. Taking your time or moving through it fast. Just use your breath. Take one more full round. Ending in a peaceful warrior. Then if you're in that warrior one kind of position, turn to face the back of your mat, cartwheel your hands down and take a vinyasa. Left foot goes to the back of the mat, lower down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to chest, roll back, downward facing dog. Now we're opposite. Look towards the back of your mat, hop or step your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up through the spine, arms reach overhead. Bend back, send your hips forward. And breathe. Inhale up to center. Exhale, sit back chair. We're going to do the same thing, just facing the other way. Keep sitting your hips back, reaching your arms forward. And then start to move your arms behind you like you're in that skiing position. So try to open the chest, really reach your fingers behind you, sit low in your hips. And then pick up the right foot and try to extend it long behind you. To any arm position you like. Big hands out in front for warrior three, arms to a T, or arms behind you. Try to square that right hip down and lift the right heel up. Nice. And breathe, try to focus. And then gently lower those right toes to the back of the mat so that you're in a warrior one. So those right toes are at a 45-degree angle, bending into the left knee. Inhale, the arms come up. And breathe. And then open up warrior two. So just open up that right hip. Left fingertips out in front, right behind you. So without looking, make sure that maybe your back arm is just as strong as your... Ooh, you cheated, you looked. I said without looking.
Oh,
see if you can energetically. No, and if you need to, definitely look. Check out, see what that hand's doing. Sometimes it gets a little lazy. Keep bending into that front knee. Warrior two to the top of your mat. So keep your arms where they are. Just switch your feet. Get a nice bend in that right knee. Knees going out towards the pinky toe. And exhale, peaceful warrior. Right arm up, left down. Really reaching up and over that right side. And side angle, right forearm to right thigh, send the left fingertips up towards the ceiling or the sky. And flow back and forth between that side angle and peaceful warrior. So try to keep the hips and below stationary. Just try to move the torso, the top of the body, the hips, the waist, the arms. Feeding back in peaceful warrior, cartwheel your hands down around the right foot, step it back, take a vinyasa or not. Meeting in downward facing dog. Try to find some rest in this down dog. It's a good place to collect your breath again. And we're gonna flow through that one more time, a little bit faster. So hop or step your feet up to meet your hands. Sit back chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up through the spine, arms reach overhead, bend back, send your hips forward. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, sit back chair. Keep sitting low. And then start to send your hands behind you. Try to open the chest, like really reach behind you. Take that left foot, send it out behind you. Straighten that leg, lift the left heel. Arms out at a T, airplane or warrior 3. Gently set those toes down, warrior 1. Open up warrior 2. And then shift your warrior 2 to the back of your mat. Peaceful warrior, tilt back. Side angle pose. And flow through this 3 more times. Peaceful. Side angle. Use your breath. Peaceful. Side angle, 1 more. Tilt back, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Plant your hands on either side of the left foot, step it back, take your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog, look towards the top of your mat. Hop or step your feet up to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up through the spine, arms reach overhead, bend back, send your hips forward. Try to get your biceps behind your head. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back chair. Keep sitting down low, reaching up tall through the spine, and shift your hands behind you like you're skiing. Send that right leg up and behind you. Close the hip, toes are pointing down. Any arm position that you like. How's your breath? And gently lower the right toes behind you, warrior 1. Open up warrior 2. Really sinking into that front knee, bending into it. And then shift your feet, find warrior 2 at the top of the mat. Keep bending into that front knee. And then tilt back, peaceful warrior, right arm up, left down. Reaching up to that right side. Exhale down to side angle. And flow through 3 more times, peaceful. Side angle. Back to peaceful. Side angle. 1 more round, just like that, peaceful warrior. And side angle. Cartwheel your hands on the opposite side of the right foot. Take your vinyasa or skip it. Meet in downward facing dog. And breathe. And bicycle out those heels again. So down dog's a great position to always be working in. So even when you're resting, your fingers are wide. You're pressing your chest back, trying to open the shoulders, sending the hips up towards the sky. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Widen your feet out. Might even come off the mat a little bit. Turn your toes out so they're about 45 degrees and try to sit your hips back. So this might be as low as your squat is today. So just work right there. If you're able to, while keeping your heels down, you can start to sit your bottom towards the ground and then make a connection with your elbows and your knees, and they're pressing out. And then hands to heart center, so you sit a little taller. And breathe. Try to find a little bit of comfort in this uncomfortable position.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's a little warm. It's good, good. It's warm yoga. And plant your hands and your hips up. Try to take a full with a wider stance. You might need to move your feet in a little bit. Maybe just move your toes in. Maybe keep your heels where they are. And just try to forward fold in a wider stance. Then widen out the toes and come back to that malasana. So we're going to take a quick opportunity, if you're working on an inversion, to take a headstand. So we're just going to work from crow. Most of you are probably already familiar with this. So you're going to keep that elbow-knee connection and place your flat hands on the mat. My toes seem to come up a little bit when I do that. So this can be option one. You just stay in your squat, maybe with your hands down. Then you can move towards a wide-legged crow. So your knees are on the outside of your elbows and you're shifting forward. Maybe your toe or foot or both come light. And if you want to make it a little tighter, you can try to get your knees in your elbow pits and start to lean forward. So still a crow, it's just not as wide-legged. And eventually you might fall on over into headstand, or you might plan it. So I'll let Caitlyn demonstrate what crow to headstand looks like.
Y'all gotta tuck it in.
And just be mindful that if you're at home, that you're not around any like big furniture, anything that you could like hurt yourself on. So maybe you skip this. She's gonna lean forward. She's in a crow. Oh no, her head comes down. And then she'll go up. She's hugging her elbows in. Her core is on. She has a lot of energy in the toes. And she's focusing and she's breathing and she's controlling the movement. A little extra bonus is you can press back up to crow.
Woo!
Yeah, nice. So wherever you are, just work on that.
Well, we have a sip of wine.
Yeah.
Cheers. I did that without falling over.
And if you're still in that squat position, feel free to come out of it. You probably have thunder thighs by now. It's kind of nice. And come back into that malasana. And then plant the hands down, walk them back out to down dog. Step your feet back to down dog. And then look through the hands. Hop, step, jump, float to boat. So what does that mean? So you might just end up with your bottom on the mat, your feet out long, no problem. You can grab a hand underneath the knees and gently lift up the toes. Maybe they just go a couple of inches, no problem. Try to get your shoulders down your back, so make sure they're not shrugging up to your ears. Try to open that chest up. Maybe your chin is up a little bit towards the ceiling or the sky. There's energy in those toes. This might be your boat. Or you can extend your legs out, still holding onto the legs. Great option. Or if you feel like a little challenge, you can release your hands. So if you have your feet up and your legs are straight, try to glue the insides of your feet together. It really scissors up your leg. Make sure your core is turned on and you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Concentrate. Use your breath. And then exhale, your feet to the mat. And hug your knees in. Get a good squeeze, a good hug around your shins. And then gently allow your forehead to come down toward your knees. And release that, and we're going to come back to boat. So maybe you back out a little bit, maybe you do a little extra. When you get to your fullest expression, count your breaths for 5 full rounds. Then begin to lower down to a hover position. Your legs are reaching out long, your energy in your fingertips, you're reaching, you're hovering. So that whole core is on, your shoulders are off the ground, your ankles are off the ground. Keep breathing. And exhale, let it go. Take a big inhale through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Big sigh. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Just allow your body to be heavy. Then bring your feet to the mat so your knees point up. We're going to go back to that figure 4. So take the right ankle on top of the left knee and try to press that right knee away from you. Pick up the left foot, interlace underneath your left hamstring. Try to lay back down on the mat with your shoulders and head and pull that left knee in towards your body. Y'all might not be able to hear me.
That's really silky.
So make sure that both feet are extended. That means your toes are peeling back towards your face. And you can play with the bentness or straightness of that left leg. See how that maybe intensifies that stretch. Then release the grip around the hamstring. Keep that figure 4, but take the left foot onto the mat. And then cross your right knee all the way over on your left knee and allow your knees to fall over towards the left. So your shoulder might move up a little bit. It's okay. Just try not to force a twist. Just allow your knees to go where they need to. And then inhale your knees back to center. Keep the knees wrapped and send them over to the right side. And breathe and try to relax. You put in a lot of work, so it's a good time to just try to relax and slow everything down. Enjoy the twisting, the release. And inhale those knees up to center and release the right knee off of the left knee. And we're going to change sides. We're going to bring the left ankle across the right knee. Try to press that left knee forward. And then interlace behind the right hamstring. Pull that right knee in towards your body. Relax down onto the mat, head and shoulders.
Knees and toes, knees and toes.
Gently pulling onto that left hamstring, bringing it closer to your body. Maybe straightening or bending that right leg. And gently release the right foot to the mat. Cross that left leg all the way over. Squeeze down on the legs and then gently allow your knees to fall over to the right side. It's okay if the shoulder pops up. Make sure your neck isn't too tight. It should be loose, fluid. Inhale your knees back to center and gently allow the knees to go out to the left. Noticing how this stretch might feel a little different. And inhale your knees back to center, uncross the left knee. And then hug in your knees towards your chest. Reach around with your arms, give you a good hug, a good squeeze. Maybe rolling around on your low back. And then you send your feet up to the sky. We're going to move into happy baby. So you can take a hand position on the outside of your feet, on the inside of your feet, or your first fingers can grab your big toe. You're bending your knees and trying to draw your knees on the outside of your body while kicking up into your hands. Your shoulders, your neck, your head should be relaxing down on the mat. Left knee in, your right leg is long. Take the left arm out to the left and gently guide your right knee across your body. I'm like, I think we should just end. Hold on. Let's give them my cheers. We should just end it. It's okay. Did you stop it already? No. Let's go close and we'll talk to them for a second. So, you know, this is what happens. When you record, we have no idea what we look like, but y'all should take a Shavasana because you deserve it, and we were at the end of class anyway. And we're going to share, I'm putting Emmalee on the spot, a memory of something that pops out to you in yoga class about one of your students. Doesn't matter who. Just like a thought, a click, a good job, wow, that was cool kind of like moment. Do you have any?
Oh my god, everybody.
I know.
So really what pops in my head is Rob.
Hey Rob!
Yeah, because he's such a team player and he doesn't complain about anything. He just does it, and it shows in his kids too, because that's how Grayson is. He just goes for it. So it's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We love all of you guys.
I think about Sam's float through all the time.
Yeah.
Every time you're like, and float through to boat, and I'm like, man, Sam went from like not being able to do it to practice to like getting it.
It's so awesome.
Cheers to our students.
Yeah.
We really miss you a ton. Sorry that the lawnmower cut this short, but we hope you have a wonderful Shavasana.
Yeah. Cheers.